Welcome to TGL Music. Today, I'm going to be ranking all 13 songs on All Time Low's Tell Me I'm Alive album. This is their second most recent album, came out in 2023, and it's an album that I've heard a lot of people don't really like. I actually really liked this album when it first came out, which is interesting because, I love All Time Low all the way up to kind of Dirty Work, I think. Dirty Work, Future Hearts, Old Scars Future Hearts, whichever one of those came out most recently. Up to there, I then, spoilers for a few upcoming videos, I didn't really like Last Young Renegade, and then I hadn't really heard Wake Up Sunshine, but then I heard this, and I thought this was really good, but a lot of other people seem to not really like this album. So it's going to be interesting to see what you guys think, what your ranking is of this album. So unlike Everyone's Talking, all 13 songs on here are full songs. There's no like interludes or intros or anything. So we will be ranking all 13 songs on Tell Me I'm Alive. So let's get started. So meet me where the stars collide, the Milky Way is ours tonight. Lost Along the Way comes in at number 13. This is, I was going to say this is the slow song on the album, but that's not necessarily the case. There is another slow song, Calm Down. I'd say is probably the slowest song, although it does ramp up towards the end. But this is one of the other slow songs on the album, and it is the last song on the album as well. And yeah, this feels like a last song on the album for me. I still like it. Like I said, I like this album. Like, I really don't, maybe it doesn't quite hold up to their older albums, and it's not as good as their new album, I wouldn't say either, but I still think it's a good album. But yeah, Lost Along the Way, it's quite slow. It has a nice chorus though, and yeah, nothing really to write home about, but I think it's still a good song. New Religion featuring Teddy Swims is at number 12. Now, this song, I kind of have a bit of an on-off relationship with. Sometimes I'm not really in the mood for it, and it's not really my sort of thing. Other times I really like it, and I really kind of jive with it. My partner loves this song. It's a very sexy song and a very intimate song in a lot of ways, and I think that's why she really likes the song. It's probably one of her favorites on the album, actually. But it doesn't quite have the pop punky sort of feel that I love about All Time Low. That's why it's further down the list. But Teddy Swims is great. I heard this before I heard anything else of Teddy Swims. I think he kind of gained popularity after this with his solo stuff. Correct me if I'm wrong, he might have been doing some big stuff before, but I certainly hadn't really heard of him until after this on the radio with his more popular solo songs. But yeah, this is a fine song. It's just not really my sort of vibe in a lot of ways, so because of that, it only gets number 12. The Way You Miss Me comes in at number 11. This one, once again, it's not an absolute banger by any means, but it has a real kind of, I don't know, pumping, not really pumping because it's not like heavy, and it's not a particularly fast song, but it kind of just has this kind of really good but basic beat that means it's great to sing along to, but I guess it is kind of generic and a little bit forgettable. Once again though, I still enjoy this song. I think it is perfectly fine. Are You There comes in at number 10. This one, it's like track 3 or 4 on the album, I believe, and yeah, I like it. It's got some good guitar, some good drums, feel good song. I think, to be honest though, it's a little bit forgettable. I don't know, whenever I think of this album, Are You There just isn't one that I think about. I listen to it and I'm like, yeah, it's good, but it doesn't really get me really pumped up. It's a good song. It's a good All Time Low song, sort of a filler song in a lot of ways. It's perfectly reasonable. I'm not going to skip it on the album, but I'm not exactly going to remember it and absolutely rock along with it. It's just, yeah, it's a fine song. Sound of Letting Go comes in at number 9. Now, this song, once again, like I did with the Everyone's Talking album, I'd listened to the album a bit and then I saw them live. Did the same with this, actually. The first time, I've seen All Time Low live twice. The first time I saw them live was just after this album came out, and The Sound of Letting Go was actually really good live. They played it live, and it was actually really good to listen to. Just as a studio recording version on the album, it's fine. It's a perfectly fine, perfectly good song in a lot of ways. And it has some just, it's a fairly, once again, fairly slow beat, not too pumping, but it has some great little moments towards the end with, cutting out of guitar and drums and stuff and just pumping into it a little bit. And just a great rhythm that you can just kind of, yeah, it's just good. Don't blame my English blood for this American heartache, sending postcards. English Blood, American Heartache comes in at number 8. This is, I guess, another song, kind of like Are You There, that it's just kind of there in the album. You don't really think about it too much, but I do like this one a bit more than Are You There. I just think it's got a good chorus. I love the end where it's, towards the end of the chorus, right at the end, it kind of elongates the, English Blood, American Heartache, and it's, I can't remember the exact final lyric, but it's along the way, and it's kind of like along the way, and it just kind of elongates it at the end, and I like that lyric. I think that when they, mix things up towards the end of a song, like All Time Low do quite a lot, it just makes it more exciting. And just generally, yeah, it's not the most memorable song. It is quite forgettable in a lot of ways, but it's still good. Kill your vibe, you're always not fair, and telling me I got my shit together. Kill Your Vibe is at number 7. This is another song that I just think, yeah, is kind of forgotten about a little bit. There's a lot of that on this album. It's another one towards the end of the album that, I guess that's why towards the end of the album, usually are kind of zoning out a little bit sometimes. And yeah, Kill Your Vibe, I think, is a perfectly good song, a bit more upbeat, a bit more faster than some of the other stuff we've talked about so far, and some more great moments of, the guitar and the drums cutting out and then just coming back into it once again towards the end. It's just a feel-good song, even though the song is called Kill Your Vibe. It's a bit ironic there, but yeah, it's just, once again, just a good one to bop along to. Don't tell me to calm down, tell me to calm down, it's freaking me out. Calm Down comes in at number 6. This is probably the slow song of the album, but it really ramps up in the middle and towards the end. I mean, the build up to the heavier chorus is so good. It really builds up and absolutely slaps you at the end, and is just, you have Alex basically screaming in this song towards the end, don't tell me to calm down. It's freaking me out that you're still freaking out. It's just such good lyrics, such great vocals throughout this one. This song, my partner actually really loves it. It's one of those songs that gives her the tingles, and it is one of the slower songs that I do really like. Feel like I'm sleepwalking when you're gone. Medicaid till my brain goes numb, like a train where your feet won't run. Sleepwalking comes in at number 5. Probably the main one from this. I believe there was a couple that were singles, but this one, from what I understand, is the main single. Sleepwalking is a perfectly good song, but yeah, much like what I said with Everyone's Talking, where the weather, it kind of felt a bit generic in some ways. Kind of similar for this. I mean, it's the least rocky of the kind of singles, I would say, in some ways. Like, it almost feels a bit, there's like some like electronic-y bits in it. Like the do 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 do, like it doesn't quite feel rocky and punky, it feels a bit more electronic-y, alternative, I don't know, poppy in a lot of ways. So that definitely pushes it down the list a little bit, but it is definitely a good song. I mean, when it gets into the chorus, feel like I'm sleepwalking when you're gone, with the guitar that does come in, then the it has some really great moments like that, and it is a good song. I know I'd be fine if I never saw you again comes in at number 4, and I think this is the most underappreciated song on the album. I believe it has, if not the least views, it's definitely there with like Spotify plays towards the bottom, and it's one of the kind of heavier songs on the album, I would say, and I really, really like it. I love how it starts. It starts with just vocals and I think a bit of piano, and then it really just gets into it at the chorus. Yeah, it's just such a rocky song. But we say hello, The Other Side comes in at number 3. Another one on this list that I think just is kind of forgotten about. And yeah, I kind of almost forgot about this song making this list. And then you hear the song and it's a really good song. Yeah, just the chorus, say hello, say goodbye. I'm not good with lyrics, but what's it like to be on the other side? You know, just the way that's the chorus plays out, the vocals, it's fast, it's punchy. It's just, yeah, I think it's just a really good song and needs to get looked at more. Tell Me I'm Alive comes in at number 2. This is the title track of the album, and it is, you know, it is almost an intro song, but it's over 2 minutes long. It is, I warrant this as a song, but it is very different. You know, it starts out quite slow, then it builds up a bit, and then after the Tell Me I'm Alive, and then it goes into this really fast paced bit with really fast lyrics. It's almost a rap in some ways with how fast it is, but it builds you up for the album. It does the perfect job of building you into this album, and I just think, yeah, it is a great way to start off the album and a great song. Modern Love comes in at number 1. This song it's a bit silly with some of its lyrics. You will probably know which ones I mean if you've heard the song, the bit where it kind of goes quiet and then fades out a bit and then gets right into it, back into it, kind of the bridge part. That bit is really, really silly, but I love the start of this song with the piano, with the doodle-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Really cool, and it like gets into it with the electric guitar, and it's just like, there's just kind of strumming guitar, like, like, I love guitar when it's just kind of like choppy and it just kind of comes in and then eventually it fully comes in, and this song does that perfectly. It's such a catchy chorus, such a catchy song. Once again, hearing this one live was so good with Alex playing on the piano. Such a good song. A little bit different, not your typical kind of rocky pop punk sort of song, but really good, and I think the standout on this album. So there we go. That is my ranking of every song on All Time Low's Tell Me I'm Alive album. Like I said, I think this is a good album. Yeah, it's not their best. It is probably towards the back end of their albums, to be honest. But, I mean, All Time Low have some great albums, so I don't think it's a bad thing. It's a little bit different here and there. There is a little bit more electronic-y stuff, but there's still that kind of punk rock, sort of pop punk rock feel to it on the most part, and it has some really, really good songs on it. So I would, you know, suggest going and listening to this album. I think it's really good. Maybe I'm in the minority, but yeah, for me, it's a good album, and that is my ranking. But anyway, that's going to be it for this video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed, please go ahead, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.